It seems to be rather good quality. It's pretty sweet, guys. And here's the moment of truth. All right, it's beautiful. I don't know, I saw that blue and I just had to have it. Now, I'm not going to go through and do the unboxing because everybody's done that. And of course, a lot of people have done the speed runs. I want to give an overall impression of this vehicle to compare it to some others that I've tried. The controller has a really nice feel. It feels nice, actually. Now, the wheel, I would have preferred to see some foam here. It has a good weight to it. Now, one thing I do see right off the bat that I'm just not a big fan of, but the wing's not on there. And that's kind of a problem because you know it's going to stick out and therefore won't be shutting correctly. I'm wondering if I can modify this in such a way that I can actually get the car to sit in there while the wing is installed. So from the looks of things, I dig the construction. You know, in terms of ruggedness, I don't know as if this is something you would want to really bash around with too much, simply because I'm seeing a lot of thin parts. The axles are rather thin. You can see some parts there at the front end that are very thin. This is a little bit of a later production model. You can see the date of production, October 2022. I like that they're actually putting that date of production there. It's pretty cool. They've put this little patch here, foam rubber pad, to I guess lift the battery and to help it not slide over. The battery would ride over and hit that drive shaft, and it still looks like it might do that. So it's kind of difficult to tell, but the battery does have a little bit of clearance from the drive shaft, and there was typically a screw that held the drive shaft there together, and looks like they filed that down. There is a screw there, and they have filed that down so that it's less likely to come into contact with that battery. But even at that, the clearances or the tolerances are very, very small. You're still looking at a potential issue here. I would probably, just from the looks of things, I'd feel more comfortable sliding this battery compartment tray up a little bit, if possible, even if that means, you know, drilling some through here. So the spoiler is it's very thin, but it's flexible. I know I said I wasn't doing a standard unboxing, but something's a little, you know, it's kind of crazy about this. But I'm just blown away by just about everything that these guys have included in this accessory pack. Of course, they have a great manual in here, so they know that carbon fiber fork is going to break, but they include a steel one here for you guys for replacement. That's awesome. Of course, you've got some more suspension arms. You've got this bumper here for you guys, for me, you know, when I'm hitting stuff. Droop screws. All right, cool. You've included that. We can adjust the height. You know, you've got a wrench here. You've got hex nuts, USB charger, and this included 17 tooth pinion gear. I mean, that's a lot, guys. The only thing they're not giving you is the batteries to the remote. All right, I do want to say something about the actual wing and the installation of it. That part kind of does suck. It's not like it's hard. It's not something I want to fiddle with in 35-degree weather. So I've came back to the house, and just to install this kind of stuff, I'm not going to fool with screws and Allen keys and all of that in 35-degree weather with wind, you know. It would be cool if it had came pre-installed. So there it is with the wing installed, and if I put the controller in like this, you can see that there is a huge problem with the wing, of course, bending, and it will not. I mean, you can shut it like that, but your wing is completely deformed. I've tried a lot of different configurations. The only one that I've gotten to work so far, and guys, sorry with my obsession, I've just got to make it fit. If you slide this in there, leaving the zipper kind of unlocked there, and I put the wheel as close as I can towards the top. Then it seems like it gives me the clearance that I need to be able to shut it. Now, whenever I'm shutting it, there's still a bulge there. So, but it's coming into contact with the body a little bit. It's going to press into the body a little bit, the remote. But at least at this point, I can shut it, but not exactly an ideal fit. The controller is pretty cool, if you can hear this. So this controller, it came a little bit wonky from the factory. It seems for whatever reason, as it paired with the car, it was doing some things like it was going in reverse on its own, and it had very little power going in the forward direction, but a ton of speed in the rear direction. After reading the manual, which I encourage all of you to do now, right here, of course, this is your normal steering trim. I'm going to keep it in the center for now. And then this throttle position here, this is going to determine whether or not your car is going to be going mostly in forward direction, or actually forward would be over here, or in reverse. And I'm not really sure why you would want that setting, but it's there. But keep it in the 0 position if you want it to behave normally. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and punch it up to the 100% of the throttle. But if you turn it all the way down, that is, of course, the lowest speed. And then this knob right here controls whether or not, when you turn that wheel, how much of a throw is it going to make, right or left. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it at the medium position for now until we could do a few runs. Okay, I have the GPS in. Seems like it's wanting to veer to the right, so I'll adjust that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get a run. Okay. Let's get another run. I am, of course, running on 2S. Seems to handle really nicely. Oh, gave it too much juice. Okay, and maybe one more turn. Okay, yeah, it handles really nicely. Let's see what we've got. So I am using a different 2S battery right now. It's the one equipped with the WL Toys. 37.8 miles an hour. That's pretty awesome, guys, on just 2S. Now I am going to run the stock battery, but I didn't get to charge it for very long. I did charge it a little, but we'll just see how it performs. Okay, I have the stock battery in there. Okay. Oh. It's got some speed, for sure. Now we also know that lipos do not run well in the cold. So we should be able to get some more speed. Like I said, it is 35 degrees out here today. All Bring it back one more time. And let's see what we've got. 39.2. All right, so a lot more juice out of this battery. I don't know if the discharge rate is a little bit better because it is a heavier battery. But yeah, 39.2, 35 degrees. That's pretty awesome. Let's run 3S. This is 3S. Now, okay, here we go. Oh, no, it kind of shut down. Ooh. Does this not run 3S? Unfortunately, I didn't do any reading whether or not this thing could even support 3S. I assumed that it could, and I probably shouldn't have assumed. So everything's still connected there. I'm going to try to turn everything back on. Now it just shut off completely. And then, okay, so it fired back up. I don't know. I'm going to try to run it again. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. So my guess would be that I should have changed that pinion gear before I ran 3S, but not sure. All right. And I lost all steering at that point. So yeah, probably not the best idea to run 3S stock like that. This is not a high discharge rate 3S battery. It's a Goldbat 2200 25C. The car does go into a protective shutoff. I mean, it just shuts off completely. Good to know. Let's see how fast we've got though. 44.3. Okay, so that's awesome for me. I think this is my new personal best with any vehicle. So my plans for the future would be, of course, come out here on a much warmer day to adjust the ride height with the droop screws. I will try to get a 3S battery in here that will fit, and I'll also change out that gear. I'm a little addicted to speed now, and while this thing is very fast, you know, I want to go faster. But out of the box, the way it is on a cold winter day, I'm not going to complain about 44.3. I think for the price that I picked this thing up for, which was $150 shipped, I think for the price, this thing is simply unbeatable. A very fast car. With a solid motor, a very lightweight vehicle. Now it still has some heft to it, guys. There's no doubt about it. For the value, for the money, and the case, and all of that, really an unbeatable deal. And I hope that the company brings the price back down for those of you who missed out on that deal. In my view, it's still worth that extra 100. If you're kind of on the fence about it, but yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll run a deal on it or something, guys. All right, guys, if you like the content, like and subscribe.